built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse. Mine it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running, toes they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
Welcome to Refuse to Lose Sports. My name is Joe Jordan. We have a great episode for y'all today. We got a lot of different, sports we're going to talk about today. We got getting into college basketball. We got two freshmen, AJ and Peterson, going at it for number one pick. A lot of people not trusting Peterson right now. All right, so we're going to dig into that. We got CTC on to definitely talk about that first. Purdy and Jalen Hurts. It was a conversation that happened last episode. They came out and said that he would rank Brock Purdy over Jalen Hurts. Dave also told us that he wouldn't be here today. So in honor of Dave, because it leaked over into our R2L chats, NFL chat, AJ had something to say. Speaking of AJ on the first topic, had something to say. So we're going to address it here at the table on R2L Show. Who's ranked higher, Brock Purdy or Jalen Hurts? And then we got to dig into some basketball. LaMelo, I don't know who was in the competition between him and Tyreek Hill, but LaMelo and the Hornets are balling right now. We're not talking about his Hummer, but they balling right now. And we got to talk about their playoff hopes. Should we buy or sell on their playoff hopes? We got RBO Vaughn joining us for that. The Beast of the East. Who's the scariest team in the Eastern Conference? And lastly, J-Mo brought up in the chat. We take a lot of these topics from the chat and bring it to the show. The most disappointed player today, this year, we're not talking about totality, we're talking about in the 2025/26 season, the most disappointing NBA player right now. But I got two of my bros with me. Like I said, David Dollars is not here, but I got in the middle, in the red corner, Mr. Yadunson, Tomo, co-host of In the Red Corner. I know they got an episode dropping soon. It's about to be on the second week, right? Yes, and then we got on my far right, left, but your far right, we got, like I said, CTC finest, Carl talking college. My boy Carl is on right now. Like I said, we're going to kick it off with the topic of college. How y'all doing, fellas?
Man, I'm doing better than, I guess we can say Darren Peterson's representation today. Also, I don't know, I might feel like his representation after what I got dragged into. Sometimes you just say, and now it's your fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, man. So we'll see what I got to say about the Hurts versus Purdy and AJ, man. I know wherever you at, you gonna like what I got to say. Carl, how you? Joe, how you? Carl on mute. Carl talking mute.
Yeah, I thought my mic would just automatically unmute after the intro. I guess not. But anyway, it's like a roller coaster, man. Some good. Michigan State beat the mess out of UCLA, and Maryland lost 2 straight. But then I got to look at a number one beside Michigan, and that's unfortunate. But I'm ready to get it going, man. I'm ready. I'm kind of upset that our first college basketball topic is kind of negative, but we got some college on the show, so let's go.
It's not negative. It's just talking about, it's not just about AJ, it's about who's going to get number one. It's a lot of negativity coming out, though, because of the topic, which is crazy. The timing of it is crazy. But like I said, we got a great show for y'all. But before we go into the ground rules of the show, Tom, what's Thursday, man? My boy Dave not here, so you know what we got to do. We got to turn up.
Turn me up, 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 up.
All right, we are streaming this on 4 different platforms: YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and X. So make sure whatever platform you're watching this on, you hit the like button. We really appreciate it if you do that. Make sure you follow and subscribe on all of our social media platforms. We're putting out content for y'all every single day. You can look under Tomo, and it says at Refuse to Lose Sports. You can follow us almost everywhere there. But on X and Twitch, you can follow us at R2L Sports. So hit us up. Let us know what's up. And share this episode with somebody, anybody, so they could come on and watch this show live with you, because they can be involved in the show by being in the comment section. We can see all the comments y'all will be putting out throughout the show. Shout out to Daniel being one of the first comments every single show. Happy Thursday. What up? What is up, everyone? On, like Tomo said last time, on the desktop view and the mobile view. Shout out to you for that. And shout out to BWT, Konnichiwa. To you too. All right, what's up? And last but not least, enjoy the rest of the show. Tomo, floor is yours.
And Teddy, I'm glad you're here, because I'm gonna start this off by saying Bryce Hop. No, I'm messing with. I'm messing with. Go check out the baseball chat if you're trying to understand what I'm saying about this. But Joe, you no clip, no
Shout
no
out
Jay
to
Will.
Rutgers beating.
No Jay Will. We're gonna go straight to that one. Yeah.
Okay, no Jay Will, but we can go straight into the coach, because we're gonna talk about it. Jay Will came out after Kansas, seeing Darren Peterson go up, shoot a 3, and say, you know what, man, I'm gonna just go ahead, clock out. Kind of like the issue that we got in the NBA, but they don't want to address because they want to talk about teams tanking instead of talking about load management. But we'll see. You see a lot of cover-ups going on in a lot, a lot of cover-ups are going on, but ain't no cover-ups going on here. We're gonna take a word and we're gonna take a second, listen to the coach, then we're gonna ask the question: who should be the number 1 draft pick? Was it AJ, or should it be Darren Peterson? But hey, coach, take it away.
Really strong first half and then isn't able to go to the rest of the game. Just how have you sort of navigated that, and what challenges does that maybe present?
Well, we've had it more than a couple of times, and I didn't anticipate that tonight at all. I thought he was good to go, but obviously we only got 18 minutes out of him, and that's disappointing, because he could have had a really big night. But one thing about it is it's happened often enough that our guys have learned to play without him, even though that's not the way we want to play.
And he said a few more words, but we gotta chop it up because we ain't got time for them to try to run down on us. So this episode, well, more so this segment, is brought to you by CTC. If you don't know what CTC stands for, that's Carl Talking College. We have Carl actually on the show as well to talk about a college situation. See what I did there? Make sure you go below, click the link, and subscribe, and check out Carl Talking College. Hit the notification bell as well, because Carl can go live at any time. But Carl, we need you to go live and tell us, 1, what you think about this Darren Peterson situation, and Jay Will saying, I can't draft a question mark at number 1. And right now, Peterson's availability is the whole conversation. That's kind of paraphrasing what he said. Take it away, Carl.
All right. So I want to start by saying this. This has been a narrative for like a while, and I, for one, chose not to believe in it. But I do see the signs, i.e. the BYU game. Scores 18 in the first half. He is scorching BYU and AJ DeBanster. Plays 3.5 minutes in the second half and sits out for the remainder of the game. The TCU game, he hits a game-tying 3 to put him at OT. He doesn't even play a minute in OT. He sits out the entirety of OT. I think he had like 20, 30 points in that game. Then there's games like Texas Tech, where he has 13 points at halftime, and he plays the entirety of the game, hitting 2 big threes to ultimately beat Texas Tech, ended with 19. Then there's the Iowa State game that just happened Saturday, that he had 10 points, his lowest of his collegiate career. But they're getting blown out, and with 10 minutes and some change left, he subs out and never comes back in. And then there's the Arizona game. Big game, huge game in Lawrence, Kansas. Number 1 ranked Arizona, undefeated at the time. Coming into Lawrence, Kansas, is a top 10 matchup, taking on Kansas, who's on a win streak at the time. 10 minutes before the game, he's out due to flu-like symptoms. Now, you can say, Carl, that's happened before, and I would agree with you. But with his history of not coming back into games, not finishing games, it is looked at a little crazy. I still don't want to believe it, but the signs are there. And when there's smoke, there's fire. I'm going to choose not to believe it. I'm going to choose to believe that he's like literally, like he's really not able to finish these games. But like, it's hard for me to believe that when you hit a three against Oklahoma State with 16 and some change left, and you immediately point to the bench with 23 points and say, I'm done. You didn't come down and you made a face. You honestly was straight faced. Hit the three, pointed to the bench, never came back in. It was a blowout. It's tough to defend this from Peterson. It is. And people that runs with this narrative, it's hard to be like, nah, he's not doing that when he's played like half the games this year. But I'm going to just, and I'm going to say this before I move on to, we're picking who we picking the first, right? Peterson or DeBanster?
As of right now, yeah.
Yeah. This is Jalen Johnson-esque at Duke. And shout out to J-Mo because I was on the phone with him and he kind of brought it up. And I completely forgot about this at the time. This was like a week or two ago. Jalen Johnson could have came back for Duke, but he chose to opt out for the rest of the year, which actually drew this same kind of controversy. He opted out for the rest of the year to get ready for the draft, and now look at Jalen Johnson now. But ultimately, to me, I'm not a best available type person because people that they always say you got to take best available. Them people be in the draft for a lot of 5, 6, 7 years, always taking best available and not improving their team. I personally still think that Darren Peterson, talent-wise, is number one. His talent is through the roof. I think DeBanster has the most potential. I would pick Darren Peterson first, but DeBanster has the potential. I think he has the motor, and he doesn't have these issues that Peterson is going through.
Okay, so hold on. I'm trying to find this because if you don't follow us on X, like Joe said, it's at R2L Sports. And after this came out, Joe said, I'm trying to find it right here.
I think I saw
well
decision to make.
Yeah, well, because as of right now, if all lottery aside, it will be Kings Wizards. So Joe, this is really our segment, honestly. Okay, your team's in the lottery.
R2L said that.
I know. That's why I said R2L. So Joe, this is our segment because these are our teams, right? And we got a hold up in a second. But this is a decision that your teams might have to make. I just want to throw that out there. Follow us at R2L Sports, and I'll bring the hold up. So shout out to Teddy for being a member for 29 months. Shout out to the best network on the internet. Baseball season is here. Spring training starts tomorrow. Hashtag start spreading the news. Hashtag Hyper MVP. Hopefully I bagged that just right. Kind of like Bryce Harper. Yeah.
Harper.
Yeah, kind of like how Bryce Harper.
Unless he's talking about the World Baseball Classic. It ain't. We know who the MVP of the NL is.
So, Joe, same questions. More so, how do you feel about this situation? And then two, I mean, like I said, I can just ask you because these are our teams. So, like, who you taking?
All right. So, shout out to J-Mo too. He brought something to my perspective too. He said that, all right, first, I'm with Carl when it comes with like, you hear all this news I always give, and this is in real life. It's not just sports. It's like when I hear, like my wife be coming to me sometimes and be talking about some of her friends and be like, yo, she going through this. I be like, yo, it's another side to the story. I'm giving that dude the benefit of the doubt. I always say that. Or I'm giving that lady the benefit of the doubt. I always give people the benefit of the doubt. Like if I don't hear the full story, I'm not judging you. This is how I am. Now, when Carl told me, did you hear that video about his coach? I'm like, no, I didn't hear that video. And then hearing the video, I'm like, dang, he didn't even know he was subbing himself out. Like, he didn't expect that. I was like, okay, that's not good. But J-Mo told me, he was like, maybe he is just doing the bare minimum to get to the NBA, basically. And I can see that. I can see, like you mentioned Jalen Johnson, right? I can see the Shaden Sharp. He redshirted the whole year, and he went straight to the NBA. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like I can see him just doing this just to be eligible, you know, and to show his talent. Because, Carl, that's a question for you. Was he a projected number 1 overall pick before the season started?
So he was projected top 3 for sure. Now, one, I don't know. You know, I don't pay attention to people until they come into college. But the talk was always between him and AJ. Now, I did hear more AJ before the season. Not going to lie.
Okay. And that's probably why he's playing, to show like, yo, I can be number 1. Because obviously the higher your pick is, the more money you make, right? I think you get paid more money. So he's displaying his talents because when he went out AJ. He went at him. And I was watching. I was on the phone with you. I'm like, that he going crazy. He cooking it. He cooking. He on both sides of the floor. He's showing me everything. He's showing me from the three. He's showing me middies. He's showing me going to the basket, finishing with the contested lay. He's showing me going to the basket and finish with a contested dunk. He's showing me a steal. Like he's showing me everything. And then he blows them out and gets out the game. But like my brother Von said in the comment section, I'm going with AJ. And it's because of the upside. Now, Peterson is 6'6". AJ is 6'9". And he's a small 6'9" that I can envision him being a more built 6'9" player. And Peterson is a much better shooter right now. AJ can develop that three-point shot more than we like for it to be. So I think that AJ is like, obviously in the NBA, the taller player is always, if the talent is similar, you always go with the taller player. Right, I look at so that's why I would go with AJ over Peterson right now, and because of the red flags. Like one thing I don't like about Peterson doing this is that like you just mentioned something, Carl. He hit a shot to go to OT and then sub himself out. It's like, dang, you're not trying to go win the game. You know, it's like little things like that. But I'm going to go with AJ right now.
Well, I'm not going to say he subbed himself out of that game because I don't know if he subbed himself out of that game.
Well, he came out.
But he didn't play. He did not play the OT at all. Now, whether he subbed himself out or was he hurt, who knows? But I know he did not play.
But before you go, Tom, I do want to say this too. I think these analysts need to be careful of judging, like saying, I'm not going to draft him because he don't want it bad. That's what Jay Will said. He said something about he don't want it bad enough. I heard Stephen A. Smith, I will stay away from him. Like you don't they had the like college and NBA two different things. They're trying to, these college players understand there's a mandatory rule that I got to play at least 1 year in college to go to the NBA. So don't be surprised that people do the bare minimum just to get to the NBA. So that's how I'm looking at Peterson. He might be doing the bare minimum, but even if he was playing, I would still go with AJ because of the upside.
Yeah, that's really the narrative that like he trying to do the bare minimum and fulfill his NIL and then go to the league.
I'm really not mad at it. It's a business at the end of the day. You want to get to the NBA.
Go ahead, Tom.
I was like, Carl gonna say. I know Carl got something to say.
Go ahead.
Honestly, Joe, you said it right there because with the analysts, we was talking about it backstage, me and Carl, and I was like, honestly, hearing this is like, I still would give him the interview. I'm still going through the draft process because, like I said, I want to hear what he got to say about all of this, and then let me be the judge of saying, okay, you know what? I don't feel like he being honest, so I'm gonna go with the next person, or I might just say I don't feel like he's being honest, but I still might draft him because I want to give him the chance. And then, hey, with these GM jobs, I might not even be here in a year or two anyway, so it won't be my problem. It'll be the next GM problem. So we'll see. Or maybe he gets here and he is that Kobe-esque player that takes us to the next level. And, thinking about a team like the Wizards, you get a Kobe-esque type player with all the young wings that you got, it would be nice. Because I also think about AJ. And where would he fit in that certain scheme, right? Because again, we're talking about if I'm thinking more so about drafting for my team, I would definitely go get an AJ if he's on the board. But if I got the number one pick, the world is my oyster. So technically, the Wizards need another guard. So I would go with Darren Peterson, and I would tell Jay Will and them, I understand what y'all got to say, but when he dropping 30 a night for the Wizards, and y'all got to be forced to talk about the Wizards on ESPN, I won. Because that's really why they mad at tanking, because they don't want to talk about our teams on ESPN. That's really what it is. But I'm not going to put my tinfoil hat on right now. That's just going to be my quick answer because I know, Carl, you want to respond to what Joe said.
Yeah, all I was going to say is, it's good for business. It's bad for the sport of college basketball, which is not his concern, if we're being honest. It's more so the fan concern. But I was ultimately going to say they need to get rid of the rule where you have to be a year removed from high school to go to the league. Right. Because there's a guy right now in Kentucky who's barely played, named Jada Quaitons, who played at Arizona State last year and was a dog, but couldn't go to the draft because he was too young. And that's the only reason why he's at Kentucky right now. And he's barely playing. Now, he's hurt, but he's barely playing. If you get rid of that rule, you don't have to worry about a Jalen Johnson, a Shaedon Sharp, Darren Peterson. And you give opportunities that guys that actually might need the opportunity to go college. These guys didn't have to go college. They don't. So I think they need to get rid of that rule of the 1 year removed. This is not the NFL where that rule is in place for player safety. Guys can come to high school and make an impact.
Not facts. I'm with you on that.
I agree.
Especially in this NBA. Come on, man. Today's NBA.
Definitely this NBA. They don't play enough games. Let the kids come over. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm just saying. They don't play enough games.
Yeah. Not for real. I'm just glad, we got the ruling. Because we in place right now,
So Joe, I think you answered it though. So you saying you would take AJ, right?
I would take AJ.
Okay, I think
I would agree with that for the Kings though. No funny. I was going to say for the Kings, I would take AJ.
Carl, the way you see the Kings, it's not how you're gonna see it. We're not keeping
I would take AJ.
Did you say in general?
No. You said for the Kings. Don't look at the roster. You might like.
No,
AJ
I'm not looking at the roster. I'm looking at for y'all. What is better for y'all?
How's that better for me and not somebody else?
Because a team like I can't think of a team right now, but somebody might need Darren Peterson more than they need AJ.
But why though? Because of the team, right? They already have.
No, not necessarily. I don't look the team, y'all team for sure. I made that decision with Levine not being there, DeRozan not being there.
Okay. So that's all I want to know. Okay, cool. Because I mean, Levine gonna be one year. I got you, Matt. He's gonna pick up the player option 1 more year. Now we might trade him before the trade deadline, but DeRozan, bro, we will buy you out, bro. How much you want? You're gonna buy him out with something.
Yeah, I wasn't looking at it like, oh, they're gonna have DeRozan and Sabonis. I don't know about y'all Sabonis situation.
Sabonis might be out of there too.
We want to trade him, but we want a first round pick for him. So
Sabonis gonna be there.
Yeah, I'm about to say he might be there. I don't think that it's because he's not worth it, but I don't know if teams gonna pay it.
Huh? Rudy went for what? 5, 4?
Okay, and so
Kill Bridges went for what? 5 first round.
So
we just won 1, and that's it. How much for 1 rib? Go ahead, Tom.
You know how much for 1 rib? The league is trying to stop it from happening. That's why. That's why it's gonna be tough. They're like, nah, sir, we need more. Kind of like some people would say, we need to see more. It's a pretty hurtful comparison that happened a few days ago, Joe, and it came out of the left field. I should have got the clip from that one. That's the clip we should have played. But the saying was, and shout out to Joe. Shout out to Dave, and shout out to Joe too for putting that clip up there because he knew what it was going to do. Dave says right now he would take Brock Purdy over Jalen Hurts.
I just thought of a team. I know it was backtracking. It was the Mavs. The Mavs, I would probably pick Peterson over AJ because they got Cooper Flag.
They NBA protected anyway. So
they like the same play almost in Cooper Flag.
NBA protected leagues. I'm tired of them. But the question would be, who's ranked higher? I know you all heard me agree. I want to hear what you all got to say, especially Joe, because Joe ain't say nothing on that topic. You just like, for real? You just sprinkling in a little. Yeah.
I got the clip here.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah, I got a clip. Yeah.
Drop the clip before we get y'all answer.
All right. Would you rank Purdy above Hurts?
Yes, I will right now.
Ooh, but Hurts Super Bowl MVP.
Okay. What have you done for me lately? Didn't he? Who had the better roster this year between those two? And who had a better year?
Purdy had a better year.
Purdy had a better year. Purdy did not have a number 1 wide receiver for 9 weeks. Juwan Jennings was his number 1 receiver. He was in and out of lineup. Demarcus Robinson was a part of that team, and look what happened. Look what he did to their number 1 corner in Quinyon Mitchell. The healthiest person he had on the team was Christian McCaffrey.
He got hurt.
Yes, it's
saying a lot. Yeah.
Yes, it's saying a lot. But Hurts had Saquon healthy most of the season. He had AJ Brown healthy most of the season. He had Devontae Smith healthy most of the season. Dallas Goedert played a lot this year too. The defense
was banged up.
Okay, wasn't the defense still like that?
Dave's bad. He's like, so?
All right, two things.
Okay.
AJ, how you attack me for saying, well, if that's the case, then Purdy had a better year. Then at the end, I started defending Jalen Hurts, man. His O-line was banged up, and you still attack me. And the second thing is, AI, every time you said healthy, a salad came up. They got to work on that. Joe, well, actually, Carl. No, Carl started the last topic. Joe. No, because it's your fault. I'm in this because of you.
You in this because of you.
You're right. The clip was right there. I caught you red-handed on candy camera. Joe, who's ranked higher, or who should be ranked higher, Purdy or Hurts, after last season?
Hey, I commend Dave for like being 10 toes down. I want to say that first. Dave, and then I felt bad, but then I didn't feel bad because I'm like, maybe I caught Dave off guard and he didn't have a clear mind. But he said it. I will go back and watch it. He said, I said, I'll try to ask him a question. He said, I'm not going to be ready. And I said, no, I just wanted to ask you. And then he said, oh, yeah, I'll have him right. I'm like, oh, he already thought about this. All right, cool. So, but I'm going to rank Jalen Hurts higher than Purdy, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Dave. As much as I don't like the Eagles, I'm a realist, though. Jalen Hurts is ranked higher than Brock Purdy. Now, we talked about last year, right? The only reason why I felt like Brock Purdy probably had a better year than Hurts last year is because the Eagles' problem was the offense. That was the major problem. Like, every time you see the Eagles lose or complaining in a win, it's the offense that's struggling. It's never the defense for real. The defense struggled for one game, and that was against the New York Giants, 2 games, and the Chicago Bears. But outside of that, they've been pretty good, pretty decent. All right. And even those 2 games I just named, the Cowboys. Even those two games I named, Hurts didn't play good in either one of them. He threw a pick, and against the Giants, he threw a pick and fumble against the Bears. But I just saying all that, Dave brought up, I not wish Dave was here, but Dave brought up he accounted for 2 games where he had 5 touchdowns. I think Dave forgot about the game because he talked about Hurts had all this help, right? We had all these injuries. I think Dave forgot that Brock Purdy threw 4 interceptions and they still won the game. So, although, yes, you had all the injuries, and yes, we wanted to see Brock Purdy without his weapons, he still had Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey had the most touches the whole year. Mac Jones comes in and picks up where Brock Purdy left off, and they keep afloat, and they still get the number 1 seed. So I can't put him over him because also Jalen Hurts, they said, what have you done for me lately? Jalen Hurts has just won Super Bowl MVP the year prior, bro. And yes, we can compare Super Bowls. And you might say, oh, Jalen Hurts, his defense won that Super Bowl. He got MVP, but the defense is lights out. Which I think that's kind of, you can say that. You can say the defense was really the MVP of that Super Bowl. And Brock Purdy, defense led up in overtime, right? And Brock Purdy had a good game. Okay, let's compare Jalen Hurts' first game when he lost to the Chiefs to Brock Purdy's loss to the Chiefs. Jalen Hurts outplayed Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy's game was not as good as Jalen Hurts, and Brock Purdy received through a touchdown that game. We can forget about that part. Juwan Jennings threw a touchdown. Yeah. So last year, I had Hurts 4th on my list. Dave also have Hurts 4th on this list. So if Dave have Hurts 4th on his list and Brock Purdy 8th, Brock Purdy definitely didn't do enough last year to get them over the hump. Yes, he beat the Eagles, but Cab made a good point. We can make a case that Brock Purdy wasn't really the reason because he threw 2 interceptions in the game. That is true, right? So, but then you went against Seattle and you got smacked. You lost 13-3, and then you go against Seattle, and when Christian McCaffrey goes down, you get blown out. So, yes, you did have injuries. Yes, you did overcome injuries, but you overcame them with Mac Jones too. So that's why I'm like, I can't do that. I can't put Purdy above Hurts right now. Hurts, not right now. So I'm gonna rank Hurts. Now we asking who's better. I would still pick Hurts. I would still say Hurts is better right now. So I'm going Hurts. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Hurts. I think Purdy's a better thrower, but overall player, I might go with Hurts. And last thing I'm gonna say,
I learned my lesson. You see, I learned my lesson. That's why I just had this.
This is why I've seen Jalen Hurts at least do this because they made a comment. He said in the chat, he said Hurts never came out the first round. I mean, he
never lost. He lost 3 wildcard games. Yeah.
Okay, Hurts never not missed the playoffs. Purdy did. We might say, but Hurts had a team. No, his first year going to the playoffs, he didn't have a squad, and he led his team with 10 wins to a playoff berth. I've never seen Purdy do that. So it's no way we can rank Purdy above. Purdy was an MVP candidate. So was Hurts. Purdy didn't win All-Pro that year, by the way, but so was Hurts MVP candidate. So And then when Purdy had the fire under him as an MVP, he threw 4 interceptions or 3 interceptions.
That was a Ravens
Against
game.
Ravens
Right?
on Christmas at home. So that's why I gotta go with Hurts being higher than Purdy. Sorry, Dave.
Carl?
I'm not apologizing. I'm going Hurts. There was a lot of fallacies in that segment. Let's start with one of them. First of all, I look at the stats. Purdy has one game where he threw for 5 touchdowns against the Colts. The Colts are good defense. Middle of the pack. He has also, he said that the 49ers were the number 1 seed in spite of injuries. Do you know that you were a part of those said injuries, Purdy? He was for most of them. Then he said he didn't have Juwan Jennings for 9 games. I just looked through all the game logs. Purdy played 9 games. You know who played in all those 9 games with him? Juwan Jennings. He played in those games. Now, whether he finished them, that I don't remember. But in all of them, he played. Now, let's look at some of these stats in some of these games. Seattle, first game of the year. 26-35, 277, cool. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Then we go to the Jaguars, which is their first loss of the year because Mac Jones played the next 2 games. They lose. Purdy, 22-38, 309, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Then we go to Arizona. Is Arizona a good team? No. 19, 26, 20 yards, 3 touchdowns, but that's a divisional opponent. So we'll give them that. Then we'll go to Carolina. They won that game. Purdy throws 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. You know why they won that game? Because the quarterback on the other end was throwing picks. They were going pick for pick, band for band. Bryce Young throwing picks right along with him. Bryce Young threw a pick in the end zone with why are you even throwing that? So that's why they beat the Panthers. Then we go to the Bears. Is the Bears a good defense? No. Their defensive rankings beyond turnovers are towards the bottom of the league. They're an opportunistic defense. They're not a good defense. There is a difference. So, yes, they led the league in turnover and turnover differential. I dare y'all to go to the Bears 2025 defensive rankings for every statistical category, not turnovers. They're towards the bottom. They win a shootout. Yes, Purdy had a great game. The Bears defense is not good. 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. And then Seattle, the end of the year. Terrible game. They didn't even score a touchdown. They lose 13-3. Then, like Joe said, you play Seattle again. Christian McCaffrey goes down. You can't do nothing. This is why people say that the MVP of the 49ers is McCaffrey. And this is why people say that Kyle Shanahan is a big part of what the success of the 49ers. And I forgot to mention the game. The Browns, 16-29, 168, and a touchdown. It's not great. Now, I'm not saying Jalen Hurts had the greatest year. But what I'm saying is, he said, what have you done for me lately? As if Brock Purdy just magically just showed me he's better than Hurts. I had Hurts on my top 10 quarterbacks. I did not have Brock Purdy in mind. He did not do anything to make me go, Purdy is better than Hurts after last season. Not at all. Now, cool. The Eagles lost to the 49ers. This is why I say wins are not a quarterback stat. Because it's not like Jalen Hurts. Now, Jalen Hurts did miss some throws. He didn't play the greatest. But it's not like it was all Jalen Hurts while A.J. Brown was dropping passes. And this is another thing I disagree with. We got to stop acting like DeMarcus Robinson has not been solid his whole career. Yes, DeMarcus Robinson scored a touchdown for the 49ers in that game. You know when else DeMarcus Robinson scored a touchdown? When Snoop Huntley threw him a touchdown for the against the Bengals while he played for the Ravens. DeMarcus Robinson, quiet as kept, has been solid his whole career. Is he a top guy? Absolutely not. But he's a solid guy out of Florida. So I'm ranking Jalen Hurts in front of Purdy. I'm sorry. Hurts had 25 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Yes, he played the whole season. Well, not the whole season, but he played most of the season. Purdy, 20 touchdowns, 10 picks. 10 picks, 9 games. Is that good?
Yeah, that's great.
Eh,
If that was Sam Darnold, I'd be crucifying him for it. So, no, he didn't do anything to go higher than Hurts, in my opinion.
I feel bad because Dave not here. I feel like
Yeah, nah. I mean, it's one of those moments where you say something in your head, but you say something out loud. Because when I was going back, I was like, yeah, he had the better year. But in my head, I should have said, well, in my head, I was like, that means he had a better year, going off of what Dave was saying, right? Because I looked at it, I was like, he did only play 9 games. I did have Hurts as the number 1 quarterback going into the season. And I was like, Purdy didn't do too much. Like Carl said, that made me change my mind. But then I was like, he was out there with just cans and beans. But I'm like, the 49ers ain't nothing but cans and beans. Like that's how the injury list be. It be cans, beans, tomatoes. Like that's how many people get hurt on their team at all times. And then I'm sitting here like, Hurts was the main reason why their offense couldn't get over the hump. Like in those games, and the one game that you said about the 49ers versus the Bears actually did the same thing to Jalen Hurts, who had everybody. The only person I think Kev said in that game that shouldn't have been playing was Jalen Carter. And that's on the defensive side. And their defense took a whole nother step when they got Phillips from Miami. So it was just like, oh, we pass rushing left and right. Brandon Graham falling on people all the time. So their defense was just like, if you can get one stop, I mean, if you don't turn the ball over, we can win this game. Bears just ran the ball all up and down the field. Then Hurts also threw a pick in that game. So I just had to point out the one game. I can't compare it to the rest. That's just the one, right? So I come on here to say this. I was wrong. But I was hyping my dummy bro in that moment. I was hyping him up. I was like, yeah, he had the better year. But I also pointed out that the Eagles O-line was banged up, and that's a main focal point for a quarterback like Jalen Hurts. He needs to have the protection, right? He needs the run game to be working, because if he doesn't have the O-line on the run game, then you're going to get results that you got like this season, where it was just up and down, up and down, up and down, or you play for one half and you don't play for a second half. It's just moments like that the Eagles are going to have. But if you ask me, I'm not going to rank Purdy over Hurts after this season. I don't know where Joe was going, what he's saying, who as far as picking, because I think Purdy is a good quarterback. Like, that's still a debate. I'm not ready to have it today, but we can have it at some point. I don't know. I think they neck and neck, you ask me.
Yeah, I think Hurts is sliding. You know what I mean? He's been sliding these last couple of years. But I think Hurts is I thought Dave was backstage, but that's the video. but I feel like Hurts is a bigger X factor than Brock Purdy is, and he has shown that in certain big moments. Now, Brock Purdy has shown me stuff in that one playoff run. They went to the Super Bowl against the Lions. He did, and against the Packers. But I seen Hurts also do stuff like that too. So, but it's like you said, it's close. I do think Brock Purdy got closer to Hurts. Let me say that, because Hurts ain't in my top 5 this year for sure. Sorry.
Nah.
I can agree with that.
But the other thing too, though, I gotta say it on air because I didn't say it when Dave threw it out there. You can't say that you want to put Purdy above Hurts and then in the comments say, what have you done for me lately? While trying to push down Sam Darnold, who just won the Super Bowl. That was the one thing I did. I wish I would have said while we was on air. Is like, you can't say that because technically Sam Darnold just won the Super Bowl. Like, he won the MVP, but he just won it. That's the most latest you can get.
You know what?
That was my thing. That was my thing. You can't do that. You can't do the what have you done for me lately for a guy who didn't do anything. For a guy, like, let's be honest, he made a Super Bowl, he didn't win it. Like, and I don't judge quarterback based on this, but if you set that table, you can't then do that for a guy who won the Super Bowl and won Super Bowl MVP. Just last season. Your man didn't do that this year. Your man made the playoffs. Yeah, your man had an opportunity to play for the number 1 seed. He got spanked, 1, didn't even score a touchdown. And 2, it wasn't all because of him. Mac Jones actually had 1 loss compared to Purdy, who had 2 losses this year in the regular season. So, I mean, like, you just can't do that. That's,
That comment right there.
That kind of threw me off.
It caught me too, though. I'm like, huh? What just happened?
Shout out to R2L. To be honest.
Oh, I know. I think I kind of know why that happened.
On the same level, but hers got more accolades. Yeah. But you do rankings, you gotta look at accolades. That's what I'm saying. When Sam Darnold won a Super Bowl, bro, it just threw off. Like, these rankings gonna be crazy. Bro.
They don't throw off my rankings. Because that's how I look at it.
Insane, bro. Like,
yeah, I don't throw in accolades because I literally go off of what you did last year. So
no, Tomo, you gotta switch that up, bro.
Why I gotta change what I did?
Because it's okay. You give you a pass to, like, cause I know you. Cause you said I thought it was last year. I'm letting you know now it's not just off of last year, so you could, like, go off a different criteria.
Yeah, I figured that's what it was.
Well, if that's the case, then I had a whole year of getting badgered for a guy that I ain't even had to get badgered for. I can't believe I put my rankings in. Everybody like, what you doing? Like, he won the Super Bowl. They like, So I'm like,
What was that?
he said going into the season. They ain't asked me about his last 3 years. Y'all talking about going into the season.
Oh man, I can't wait to do the quarterback rankings, man. It's gonna be crazy. Like all the good quarterbacks, I felt like had a down year.
Then I get killed by the Eagles fans. I'm like, how y'all
Except for
killing
Matthew
me?
Stafford.
This is your guy.
Yeah,
That made no
Stafford's
sense
the
to me.
only
Yeah,
QB
except for
that's been
Matthew.
good in the past that was good last year.
Yeah, no funny. They saying that the Ravens shutout against the Bengals should be a huge black mark on Joe Burrow's career. And looking back at our defense last year, I agree.
I mean, I've been trying to tell y'all for a while. After them runs, he was done.
Come on. All right, let's get it, man.
That's his last one.
Uh-oh.
All right, Carl. You know, just give us your last words. We got. Oh my goodness, I forgot, man. FJA is breaking up, man. We got an AJA member joining. Can we just keep Carl here? Keep some balance.
Man. First of all, appreciate y'all for having me on the show. You know, it was fun doing these first 2 topics. College basketball, for what it's worth, is still fun to watch. Don't let this Darren Peterson stuff fool you. Got guys like Josh Herbert who put up 35 points at halftime against Auburn, hit 9 threes for Mississippi State, ended with 46 points against Auburn last night. Darius Acuff and LeBaron Fallon was going band for band last night in Arkansas, Alabama. Acuff finished with 49. I want to say Fallon finished with something like 38 to 40. I can't remember what he finished with. As Alabama won at home against Arkansas. So we got guys putting up numbers, man. I think his name Dominique Daniels for Cal Baptist. He putting up numbers. Just still watch college basketball. Don't let this Darren Peterson thing fool you. This has been a great year in college basketball. So I do want to throw that out there as well. And I'm not going to apologize, Dave, for going so hard because I ain't going to lie. The what have you done lately was crazy. So that's why I kind of was going hard. But you be all right.
Also, that Houston game, I think that was Tuesday night.
Oh, yeah, Houston, Iowa State.
Yeah.
Iowa State.
Oh, yeah. That game, I watched that game from it started off Iowa State, got out to a big lead, and then Houston took it, and then it was a good game. Good back and forth.
Bruh, Kingston Flemings, dog.
Yeah.
He's a dog.
I thought you were down on him or something.
No, heck no.
Somebody was down on him. Somebody was like he overrated.
No, it was. It wasn't me.
I did say I dare hear somebody say that he put himself in the top 5 conversation.
Yes, absolutely. He was not thought of like this. I've heard De'Aaron Fox say that he didn't think he'd be one and done, and now he's for sure one and done. Not De'Aaron. Okay, let me clarify. De'Aaron Fox didn't think Kingston Flemings wasn't one and done. Kingston Flemings told De'Aaron Fox that he himself didn't think he was.
I'm like, dang, De'Aaron Fox said that.
No, that I figured after I said it, it could be perceived that way. That's why I clarified. De'Aaron Fox came out and said that Kingston Flemings told him that he didn't see himself being one and done, and now he's for sure one and done.
Yeah, you know Fox from Houston.
So. Yeah, so shout out Kingston Flemings.
All right, my man, RBO, like, all right, y'all, it's my time.
I had to clarify that because I ain't want to put no spin on De'Aaron Fox's name.
Hey, shout out to his comment too. That was crazy.
He is. Thanks. Thanks, Carl. let's get RBO up here. I mean, at this point, minus the mental health bills, but let's get RBO. Little my man back there, he falling this.
All right, Carl, appreciate you.
All right, Carl. All right. Man, we got to get my number 1 pick up here, man. Where you at? Where you go? There you go. What's going on, RBO Vaughn?
I've been waiting, man. You know, y'all were doing y'all thing up here. I wanted to say some things. Hey, Carl, I don't know if Kingston Fleming's top 5. I ain't gonna lie. That's all I'm gonna say. He might be number 6. Some big guys up there, 6'10", 6'8", that could do it all. But he nice.
Okay.
What it do?
What's up, man?
How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling great, man. NBA season, second half kicked off today. We got games on right now. I'm waiting to see how Detroit gonna do because, that's a big game for the day. I must say, probably the game of the night tonight.
Especially for the Knicks, they need that. They keep getting beat up on every time they see them. But
right,
it's an understatement.
Actually, let me not say that because every time I say something about a team, they go the complete opposite way. And this is another one of them teams that's going the complete opposite way. And Joe, I had to think about it too. I was like, I never really had beef with the Hornets. I had beef with people that were defending the Hornets over the Wizards because they were saying like the Hornets actually want to play winning basketball. The Hornets this and the Wizards is just trash. And I was like, wait a minute. Have you seen the Hornets before this year? Like, they were terrible. And then they must have heard me, and then they went and drafted some players. You know, they went and got Khan and said, you know what, we're gonna change Tom's mind. So, Vaughn, are you buying or selling at the Hornets? Buying or selling the Hornets playoff hopes?
I'm buying. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna buy. Let me tell you something. This Hornets team got a young big three right now. Y'all know how I feel about LaMelo. I think he has top 5 upside when it comes to the young players in the league. I think he can be one of the best players in the league. 6'7", can do it all with the ball, herky-jerky, unorthodox, can hit any shot on the court. And, you know, early on in the year, they had a lot of trouble. LaMelo was benched at one point. But now LaMelo's starting. And if you look, this team is handling business right now. The big three that I'm speaking of is LaMelo Ball, Brandon Miller, and Con Knuckle. These 3 boys mean business. Now let's look at where this team is. Now, to be quite honest, if they're going to make the playoffs, it's going to come through the play-in. I don't see them being a top 6 seed, to be quite honest. I think they're playing good ball, but I think they're going to end up in the play-in. And do I think they can beat any of the teams in the play-in? I absolutely do. I think they can beat Miami. I think they can beat Orlando Magic. I think they can also beat the Hawks, who, in my opinion, trading Trae Young hurt their playoff hopes. I think trading Trae Young for the Hawks was like we're moving on to Jalen Johnson, and we're going to do things this way. I think it hurt them, though, as far as contending wise. So I don't see them. I think they can beat the Hawks if they play them. And the Heat, come on, man. Now, I will say this. The 2 games they played them, they beat them pretty good, but that was early in the season. This new team right now, I don't think the Heat can beat this team. So I'm buying on this team, man. I think they're playing good. 9-1 in their last 10 games. Second half of the season, they're relatively healthy. I'm buying.
Joe?
Okay, the Horn. Now it's hard for me to disagree with Javon because I remember when Javon came on R2L for the second weekend special, and he told me that the Timberwolves were going to go in the play-in and take the Clippers spot of the playoffs and get to the playoffs. And what happened? Pat Bad jumping on the standings, you know, on the scoring table, crying and stuff, and Javon caught it. You know what I mean? He caught it. But for this one, I'm going to, as much as I want to agree, I'm going to disagree. And here's why. Now, right now, the Hornets are in 9th place. And like Javon said, they're 9-1 in the last 10 games. And in the last 10 games, they're 7th in offensive rating and 6th in defensive rating. So they've been good on both sides of the ball. And Javon, I agree with Javon. You know, and you can also throw in Miles Bridges. He's been playing well also. You know, although he's not playing right now. He got suspended. But I'm with Javon, too. I think LaMelo is I think what's going on with Melo right now is that remember that thing came out before the season started, the most non-serious player in the league, and he was ranked number 1, and I think he's taking that seriously. But Khan has been having sin. I'm gonna say that he's been having sin for them, and the reason why I'm gonna go against it is because the game just changes second half of the season. In the second half of the season, you get more of a playoff style basketball, you get more physicality, and I feel like my mind can change after the next 10 games. You know what I mean? Let me see how these next 10 games go and then see how they adjust. If the NBA does this, because that's what they normally do. They adjust the physicality after the All-Star break. If they can adjust to that. And I think Miami is a sleeper in the East because Miami is really good defensively. And, you know, they just well coached. You know, styles make fights. Like last year, they matched up with the wrong competitor, which was the Cavs. Cavs is a team who like to move the ball a lot. They like to get a lot of threes up, and Miami just couldn't hold up. I feel like that was a bad matchup for them. But you match up with them with any other team, would have been a closer series last year. So I think Miami, if they were to meet the Hornets with the experience they got, the championship game pedigree, they ain't champions, but a championship game pedigree, I think that they would knock them out. And Orlando, Orlando is confusing with me right now. I know they just, your boy Franz Wagner's out indefinitely. Paolo's not having the best year, and Magic's been up and down all year. But I'm gonna sell it because of the physicality in the second half of the season.
All right. So, what'd you say earlier, Joe? How much for one rib? Let me just get a rib. Not even a rib. Like, can I get a small cup of mac and cheese? You know, just a small cup of mac and cheese from Buzz City. Because that's how much I want to buy into it. Because J-Mo said where I was going with it was LaMelo definitely didn't play winning basketball. He played stat-driven basketball at one point. He was like, I just want to be flash highlights. He was there for highlights and numbers, right? And this season, Khan coming there, I guess, to change their mindset of being like, oh, we got somebody else that can shoot too? We already knew what Miles was doing when he wasn't rapping. Like, he can actually hoop too. So then Brandon Miller finding his swag, and I was like, okay. So they kind of, like Joe said, they kind of have a big four because they got a nice little rotation of where they came from to where they are now. Mm-hmm. And also, Joe, I mean, since the new year, I know we've been talking about 9-1, but since the new year, they 15-7. So as far as like physicality, I think they may adjust to it just a little bit. Depends on how serious the teams that they go up against take them. Because, you know, there was a team that went on a magical run in the NFL, made it to a championship game. A lot of teams were playing them as if they were still that old team. Come to find out they were better than that. You know what I mean? So some people may look at the Hornets like, oh, it's just the Hornets. And then they go out and get slapped by 20. So you never know.
Hey. Okay, never mind. I thought you said something else. Go ahead.
No. I'm talking about how y'all was showing up against teams and it was just like, oh, they actually, I wasn't talking about, nah. I got enough of the Eagles on my back already. You know what I mean? So, with that being, let me buy early before the price go up.
Ooh.
I think they make the play-in. I think who they go up against in the play-in, I do think they can probably steal from the Magic. I think they beat Miami. I know you talking about championship game pedigree, but who was the player that was on them teams? He ain't there no more. So that whole championship game pedigree was driven by another player that was there, and Jimmy ain't there no more. So we'll see what happens when the Hornets get to that moment. They got to step up. I think LaMelo, like you said, is taking basketball more serious, and this will be the ultimate moment in the play-in to get to the playoffs and show the league that we here now. I don't like it, but they here.
I'm going to throw a name out to y'all. Charles Lee. That is the Hornets head coach. He just became the head coach in May. 4-year contract with this team. He's a player coach. His previous spot was with the Boston Celtics. He was an assistant coach. He was on that team when they won the championship. He has championship pedigree. Their leader has championship pedigree. Now, that's one thing that we have to remember as well. And I love the Brandon Miller love. I do. Because I think Brandon Miller is all world. I think this dude can score. He got the athleticism. He's the prototypical shooting guard you would want for your team. He plays with the edge. I really think this team can make noise. I don't think the physicality will phase this team, to be quite honest. Have you seen this team play, Joe? Did you not see them just brawl with the Detroit Pistons? If you're willing to brawl with the Detroit Pistons, you got Miles Bridges going toe-to-toe with Big Stu. I ain't worried about no playoff physicality. I'm telling you that right now. So I'm going to let y'all know right now. That man, Charles Lee, young black head coach, is doing his thing down there with them boys, and you see it.
Hey, see, Joe? And they don't need to be great. They just need to be consistent. They'll be all right. So let's move on to the next topic because I think you all touched on this, on RBO. Make sure y'all click the link below. And I meant to tell y'all this actual second half of the episode is brought to you by RBO. Click the link below where we talk real ballers only. And I'm telling you, man, them boys be on there. They be talking. They be talking that talk. Y'all talked about Unravel and everything. I'm giving y'all a little preview, but make sure you click the link, man.
Yes, sir.
All right. And the question is, we talked about scariest team in the West. You came in the chat. You was like, hey, I got some things to say, man. Y'all talking about all this Wemby love, but you get physical too, Hey, I guess he heard you because he went in that All-Star game and got real physical with them. He was like, nah.
I ain't gonna lie. I want to tell like Jerron disagree with us. He's like, oh, he going to Houston. Okay.
I mean, I don't know how that's gonna work out with them fouls coming out, but hey, we stand in the Eastern Conference now. Who is the scariest team in the East? I'm gonna start with you. Let's go with Joe, man.
You got Joe.
All right. My definition of scariest team is if I see you at your fullest potential, how good can you be? I see your potential, and if you max out on that potential, like it's kind of like scariest, like don't let them such and such. Oh, Don't let such and such. That's like, man, I'm worried. Like, if he figure it out, they the scariest team. And I might shock out with this. I'm gonna go with Philly. I'm gonna go with the 76ers. And the reason why I got multiple reasons I'm going with them. My number one reason is if everybody's fully healthy, they clearly got the best player in the East, and that's Joel Embiid. I think Joel Embiid is the best player in the Eastern Conference, if healthy, obviously. Joel Embiid just came out with a comment and said, I would trade my MVP for one healthy playoff run. He said that. And I was like, okay. But I like how they're trying to manage him throughout the season so he can be healthy. So that's my number one reason they got the best player. And seeing him go through these playoff runs at like 60% and still be able to dominate like he does. The last time I see him in the playoffs, I think was against the Knicks. Right? I think, or was it the Celtics? I forgot. Against the Knicks, he was like 50%, and he was dropping 40, 35 on the ease with Mitchell Robinson guarding him. Against the Celtics, he wasn't 100%. Against the Celtics when they went to Game 7 with them. So against Toronto a long time ago, when he was having stomach issues and all that stuff, they went Game 7 with Toronto. So my thing is, I think Joel Embiid the best player. And then you got another scorer next to him, Tyrese Maxey, who's a bona fide scorer. And he has shown that in the playoffs also. In that New York Knicks series, he was also dropping 40 a game or something like that. He was actually a high score in that game. And then when you are in the playoffs, when the game slows down, you're going to need a game or two from that third guy. And that third guy could be either VJ or PG. That's my thing with PG. PG is in a role when he doesn't have to carry a heavy load. With the Clippers, he has to carry the load. When he's with the Clippers with Tyler Lue, they went to Western Conference Finals. Kawhi gets hurt, and he has to be the superstar, and they get to Western Conference Finals. The year with James Harden, he had to carry the load. But in this team, he just got to play his role. That's it. Perform when your name is asked upon all. So I'm gonna go with Philly over everybody if they play out their full potential as the scariest team.
All right, we're gonna say the best for last, man. You said a name, right? And when you say scariest, you think of like Debo, right? Like Debo coming, you hiding your chains and all that. Okay. And think of somebody who's been in the playoffs and they had maybe 4 or 5 good games, and then they'll just plummet. Maybe they had one game and everybody was like, man, we know you better than this. What's going on, bro? Like, why you not playing to your full potential? Ooh. Why you not doing this? But then when you find out why Donovan Mitchell was dealing with coke, I mean, that's how you know I was listening to RB. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. You need some hot cocoa when you in Cleveland because it get cold up there.
Yeah, dog.
And James Harden sitting there talking about some, hey, man, look, if I can't get you 20, I know my boy is. And if he can't get you 20, then, we can do a pick and pop. Jared Allen right there. Evan Mobley can make some things shake.
And don't forget about the young boy Tyson.
Come on now. I'm just saying, Joe, like, I understand where you're going with Philly. And I understand where, the Boston fans want to say JT may come back, but albums is dropping. So I don't know what he's going to do. But for me, I'm going with Cleveland. And I think this is the moment where James Harden can rewrite his bad playoff moments. Now, if he go up to Cleveland and bring them bad playoff ghosts with him, I think at this point the world is going to be like, bro, it's you. It's you. It's not us. It's you. But I'm going with Cleveland.
Not mad at that. Cleveland's my Eastern Conference Finals pick.
Yes, that's a good pick too. But I'm not going with either one of those teams. I understand Philly. That's. I mean, you got Joel Embiid. Now you got Maxey dropping 30 plus. The young kid VJ's out there. I get it. Same with Cleveland. Someone watch RBO. You heard what I said about Cleveland. I love Cleveland right now. I love the moves they made. But y'all know where I gotta go. It's only right. Orlando Magic. Think about it. We are a team who has 2 guys that's 6'10" or taller that can put up 30 any night. There's no other team in the East like that got 2 guys like that. The closest team that had 2 wing guys like us is the Celtics. And neither one of those guys are 6'10". Let me just say that.
That's true.
We have those 2 guys. Did y'all see the emergence of Anthony Black? Do y'all see? Oh, before I go deeper, I want to define the scariest team.
Okay.
Now I agree with Joe. It's if I see you at your best, but it's also the team that I think can actually reach that point. Like I brought up the Rockets because I think they can reach that point with Udoka as the coach. You feel what I'm saying? So I think we can reach that point because if we get back to defending, leading with defense, I think this team, because right now no one's thinking about them. I think they can come out of nowhere and smack people in their face. Think about it. You got a 6'10" guy, Apollo, who people talk about his season, but what has he done in the playoffs since he's been in the league? 29 or more. You got a guy in France who last year took a big step in the playoffs, averaging 26 or more, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, doing a little bit of everything. We picked up Desmond Bain. Anthony Black has emerged. Jalen Suggs was hurt last year. So if this team can get in the playoffs healthy and these guys can gel a little bit more, watch out. Because there's no juggernaut in the East that's just clearly better than everybody. Watch out.
That's the sad part. You know?
Yeah.
But you said if. Go ahead, Joe.
No, go ahead, Tombo.
But you said if y'all get in. We just talking about, we just had a segment. No, maybe about 5-10 minutes ago, we talking about the Hornets making get y'all some work.
The Hornets ain't bad though.
I mean, if we really want to go scary, I mean, I could throw out an honorable mention and say the Hornets because they can be the team that's coming out of the left field.
The reason why it's hard to go Orlando is because of how y'all season is going. Like when we say full, like you said, who could reach their full potential? I believe in Philly reaching their full potential because how they're managing Joel Embiid throughout the season. I can see Cleveland reaching their full potential. They just got James Harden. It's a new environment. Donovan Mitchell has been begging for help in the playoffs. He's a playoff performer. But when it comes to Orlando Magic, they had just been a roller coaster. And then you got this drama with your head coach and Paolo not clicking on the right cylinders. Franz Wagner is out indefinitely. You don't know what his injury looking like right now. So that's why I'm very skeptical with Orlando. It's because I don't see the light at the end of the tunnel for them at this moment, but I can see it for Philly, and I can also see it for the Cavs.
So let me just say something real quick. Now, we're talking about season stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just like how Tomo said, he can say the Hornets are the scariest team. No, I think the Hornets can make the playoffs. I don't think they can get out the first round, though. I think they can just make the playoffs. You see what I'm saying? you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if they're going to make a run. You know what I'm saying? Now, let's talk about this comment here.
I agree with you, though.
No way the scariest team, the team that's in the play-in, LOL, and France is out indefinitely. Well, that's the reason why we're scary. We haven't been healthy all year. We only played probably 1 or 2 games with all our players, quite literally. Mo Wagner was hurt for the most part of the season. Now he's back. Franz been hurt. Paulo was out for 15 games. Desmond Bain missed some time. Jalen Suggs missed time. So the record, and for us to still be right where we are, we're not. We're only 2 games behind the Philly. Just a Draymond no. We're only 2 games behind them. And we've been going. It's been a roller coaster season. I agree. With injuries, the coach trying to figure out rotations, all that stuff. So if we're healthy, and we've seen us in the in-season game tournament, we played against the Detroit Pistons, the number 1 team in the East, and we did that to them. So I think I've seen us play at the highest level when we have most of our team. I'm telling you, it's scary.
Well, I will say this, though, before we move on. You do notice none of us picked the Knicks.
Because Knicks,
We know why, though.
They kind of expected to be there.
That cat ain't it.
Oh, man.
That's why.
What caveat when we need them? But, like, I feel like when you pick scariest, it's like the Knicks are like even though Detroit number 1, people are picking the Knicks as like the favorite to come out the East. Well, I think Detroit should be favored in my opinion. But so that's why I feel like the Knicks didn't even come to my mind, because it's like the Knicks are who they are. They not whatever they bring won't surprise me. It's like they are who they are. But the teams that we named, they got another level to reach, if that makes sense. Like another level to reach. That's why they scary.
Quick argument, right? 30 seconds. The only reason I say the Knicks probably are thinking like that is because of they got a new coach who's not gonna run them into the ground in the playoffs. They probably thinking Mike Brown is going to be that extra push to get them over the hump. Maybe.
Yo, they be throwing me off. They be looking like the best defensive team in the league. They be looking like us defensively, bro.
And when you say us, I know what you mean. Us. But
Yeah.
let's move on to the one that had the NBA chat ready to fight. I don't get it, but you know, Carl not here, but it was like he was reading my mind. I was watching that documentary and I was like, we were rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. And that's how we feel when we talk about, or more so when I ask this question, who's the most disappointing NBA player this season? And I know there's a lot of names that are going to be said. So I'm going to just make a quick homer pick because I'm going to start off with this one. And mine is Cam Whitmore.
Dang.
Cam, I want you to get well, but mine is Cam Whitmore because once he got traded to the Wizards from Houston, the first thing I thought about was now it's time for him to go get a bucket. Yeah. And it was like when he get here, he going to be able to help them other bucket getters get more buckets because he can create his own bucket. But he found his way to not even be a part of the starting lineup. He worked his way out of the rotation at one point. Cam was only getting I think he was averaging like 9 points a game. We know the potential that Cam Whitmore has. And then there was so many things that they were talking about him in practice and then just off the court. I was like, this is going to be a whole new situation for you. You already know what the Wizards are. We are in a rebuilding stage, deconstruction phase. Now we made trades for other players, but Cam was one of the players that I was like, I know he's going to go to that next level once he gets here because he's going to have that opportunity. And most disappointing NBA player for me is Cam Whitmore. I'll say my honorable mention is Cam Thomas because I don't know what happened with the Nets.
Yeah, that was
I don't know what happened there.
Yeah.
They carried him, bro. They just carried him. That's what that was.
Yeah, so that's why I say honorable mention because I don't really know too much, but I know what happened with Cam Whitmore. Bro, most of that was you. Get well soon, though. I'm sorry, go ahead, RBL.
Well, Cam Whitmore would be here right now, so you know how that go. He got an older chick with money, ain't nothing funny.
Hey.
But my most disappointing player of the NBA season is Ja Morant. I mean, once upon a time, this dude was supposed to be the next face of the league. Is he even in that conversation anymore, guys?
No.
I mean, if you think about the top 5 point guards, is he even in that conversation? Tyrese Maxey has passed him. Kay Cunningham has passed him. It's Jalen Brunson has passed him. It's so many guys that has passed this guy. And now he can't even stay healthy and be on the floor. Another thing, when he is on the floor, he doesn't look nothing like he used to. He doesn't look like he looks like this, like worse, like nothing looks better. You're jumping that better. Your handles aren't better. You're not a better floor general. It's just crazy. So for me, my most disappointing player of the year is Ja Morant. They just moved on from Jaren Jackson. I thought when they traded Desmond Bain, I'm like, okay, Ja, it's time for you to turn up. You're the only guard there now. Tyus Jones got shipped out. All the guards. It was you, Scottie Pippen Jr., and some rookie guys. And now look, you played 20 games this year, and you just haven't been available for your team. So my most disappointing player is Ja Morant. After all that stuff that went down, this is his year to come out and just ball, bro. You don't even got to have your team number one. You just got to ball. And he couldn't even do that. Still having a little bit of situations with teammates on the sideline, stuff like that. Like, we need to see the old Ja Morant that we used to see that had the whole league lit. It's more competition at your position now, as far as young guys. Step up, my boy. Time to step up.
No, for real.
I'm with Javon. That's my guy. Ja Morant. Ja Morant is by far, to me, the most disappointing player in NBA. Like, by far. It's not even close.
By far.
And he has career lows in points per game, rebounds per game, field goal percentage, 3-point percentage, career lows. And Ja Morant, his value has went down so bad is that the Memphis Grizzlies, number one, are willing to trade their franchise player, number one. And number two, his value was so low that they were willing to attach a draft pick to Ja Morant to trade him off before the trade deadline. And people didn't want to trade for him.
Sad.
And we're talking about a guy, like Javon said, was supposed to be the face of the NBA, the face of Powerade. He signed a deal with Powerade. And this is one of the most exciting players in the NBA. Like, he beat Anthony Edwards in the playoffs. He took Steph and them to the brink. You know, people still think if he never got hurt, they probably would have won. And I'm not even mad at that take because they struggled when John Morant was on the floor. And you come to this, and I'm not even talking about we're not even talking about off the court no more. We're talking about on the court. And that's the problem. And then here's the bad thing, Javon. You see, like you said, they ship guys out. Desmond Bain gets shipped out, doing better than you. Jaren Jackson just gets shipped out, and he was balling before he got a season-ending injury.
Yeah.
Dylan Brooks gets shipped out. He balling better than you. All these guys that got shipped out are balling more than he is, and he was clearly the best player. So that's why I think John Morant is by far the most disappointing. Because all I want to do is, I think, Tama, you made a good point. You said, I think that was you, that you said that he should join a dunk contest. Was that you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, you said, like, to get his rep back up, just join a dunk contest.
Facts.
Gain some more fans, you know, and then get back to work after the All-Star break. He keeps saying, I want to stay in Memphis. You got clips coming out of him about to fight one of his teammates. Like, dang, bro, like, it is all this negative, bad stuff around John Morant. And it's not just off the court no more. Now it's actually on the court. I remember when he came back ahead of Selly, I was like, John's back. He's back. And then this year, it's like, dang, I can't even recognize him.
So think about this, right? Because Ant Edwards, I think was it last year or the year before last, where they was trying to make him the face of the league, and he kept saying, I don't want it. After this All-Star weekend, it's like, bro, you can't run away from it now. He like me and Wemby at this point. He's like, he is accepting it. So I'm with you. Like, that's all y'all need is one good weekend like this where he just around the camera, making people laugh, just being himself. All that's just gonna go out the window because I forgot that Ant Edwards said he didn't want to be the face of it. But I'm like, after this weekend, I don't know what your agent told you, but bro, you was pitching to be the face of the league.
Yeah.
Tell me this comment, man.
Yeah, I seen that, man. I laughed at it. It's cool.
Where's turds? That's crazy.
Yeah, that's cool. They got us now. Don't worry about it. Remember when John Wall was jumping on scores tables? I ain't hear none of that. You on our way back.
Chill, man.
I think it's John. John's like,
yo, J-Mo funny. I don't think you read that.
Can I quickly address something right quick?
Go ahead.
So, you know, this topic is here because another guy brought up another player. And I'm going to go deeper in this on RBO this Friday. Make sure y'all tune in at 9 p.m. Kendrick Perkins came out and called out my boy Paolo Banchero. Now, I'm not mad at him because I don't care what it takes. Say something for this man to go off. You know what I'm saying? I ain't tripping. But I just want the world to know that he spoke on things. He said, you know, Paolo was supposed to be one of the top guys under 25, which is true. But he's questioning if he's even a franchise player. Are you serious, Kendrick? Are you serious, bro? Like, I really want to question these guys and ask, do y'all really watch Magic games? Do they really watch the games? Because when you got a 6'10 guy, 265, 270, you know, can do a little bit of everything with the rock, and you got 4 other guards on the floor with him, Joe, who bringing the ball up?
Paolo.
No, I'll ask you, who would you have bringing the ball up?
Oh, the guard. You said 4 other guards, right?
Paolo brings the ball up, I know, bro. We got all these guards on the floor, and he's being checked by a wing player. Now, listen, as a player, you have to also know, listen, get the ball, guard. I'm about to go post up. But that's also coaching. Paolo is shooting 15.6 shots per game. That's the same amount of shots he took his rookie year. Last year, he shot 19 shots. So there's clearly something going on with the gameplay. I'm not putting everything on the coach and everything else because clearly as a player, everything starts with you. So, yes, Paolo, you have to play better. But to say the most disappointing player, when the guy is a young guy in the league, still learning, still growing, we just signed Desmond Bain, been riddled with injuries all year, it's blasphemy to me. I just wanted to say that because just watch the game tonight. My bad, Joe. We play y'all. This might get ugly. I'm just saying it now. Because Paolo hearing, I had a DM my boy yesterday. The other day, after in the chat, I had a DM him and let him know the people talking crazy, and he got to show them what it is. So I just want the world to know yes, Paulo hasn't been as good as he should, as I expected him to be this year. But it's a lot to that other than just Paulo. And check out RBO this Friday at 9 p.m. Tomorrow, and you would know exactly how I feel about this.
See, I feel like he been disappointed, meaning like you said, you expect more, right?
Yeah.
But it's too early in his career to label him as the most disappointed player in the NBA, in my opinion. It's too early.
Your man Perk was on one. Well, Perkins, let me say that because you say Perk on one, and TikTok will go crazy. So Kendrick Perkins was on one anyway, where he started talking about generational talent, and he was talking about the draft class. He was on the road this week.
He really was. Yeah. I don't know why he dissing the players like that. They're not a generation talent. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
You don't know. You wasn't even an all-star. Stop it.
It is like when he said that, I was like, what are you talking about? I think there are some guys who in there that can change the whole franchise. And he also mentioned that the league is not ready for LeBron to retire. I was like, what?
See what I'm saying?
Yes,
Tom, I got a little beef with you too.
Uh-oh.
No, earlier you said,
everybody got beef with you.
You had a rant earlier. You like, I'm surprised your HOA brother ain't say nothing. You was like, David Stern, not David Stern, Adam Silver, he like, he don't care about this. He care about the small market teams. He don't care about the small market teams. He don't want them to get better. Now that Dallas and Spurs got their guys, what about the Pistons and the Magic? We ain't get our guys.
So hold on.
I'm just saying.
Okay. I'm glad you said. But
I put that on the show to address this.
I like how you did that. But you notice how y'all got y'all guys, right? The league didn't help y'all get y'all guys. The league helped them get their guys.
I get it now. Okay,
with the Spurs, they were literally tanking to get Wemby. Like they were taking players out in the fourth quarter so they can get Wemby. And
that makes sense.
Sure. They didn't have the worst. Did they have the worst record that year?
No, they didn't.
No,
they didn't.
You know who had the worst record?
We had the worst record the year we got Paulo.
But I don't think nobody thought y'all to get Paulo though. Everybody thought y'all was gonna get Chat.
No, we're gonna get Jabari Smith.
No, Jabari, you're right. And then on draft night,
we didn't.
I remember on draft night, the momentum has shifted to y'all to get Paulo. I was like, dang.
You see how that happened? Meanwhile, stories came out that the Wizards had more lottery balls that night to get Wemby, but they stole one from them so the Spurs can get him. I'm just telling you.
You're right though. The Dallas came off too. They was in the play-in and they get a number one pick. Like that was crazy.
That's what I'm saying.
And it was they was in the play-in, beat us.
So can you imagine?
That's true.
Like, come on, bro.
All right, you good, Combo. We ain't got no beef.
That's all I'm saying. Because without us,
we better get it this year.
You never know.
We forcing surgeries out here for us to get this thing.
Utah might get it.
Bro,
Utah gonna get it.
Utah gonna get the pick, Joe.
Take a hammer and smack his knee.
It's all good. Utah gonna get the pick.
Either Utah or the Pacers. I'm telling you.
You know what? I think
they better not be the Pacers. You right,
I'm telling you, the Pacers might get it. I'm telling you, they gonna get it
on that one though. Because the way, if I put my 10-4 hat on, right? Because what I'm hearing is that the owner of the Jazz also contributes money to BYU.
Yeah,
and that's why they tanking. So if the league is finding them, they're gonna be like, you know what? Since y'all want to do that, we'll give the Pacers the number one pick and give y'all the 5th pick. So that way they don't even get AJ. Just telling you, Joe. That's how it be.
Yeah.
Bro, all I know is the lottery, when they do the lottery, it happens so fast. You know what I mean? Like the suspense of it is so bad. And like if we don't end up with a top 2 pick, bro, I'm telling you, the only way we're going to change our franchise is if we draft somebody. That's the only way we're going to draft, like change anything. Nobody's going to come here. Like nobody's going to say, you know what?
That's even what I'm saying.
Peterson Camp is already saying he ain't trying to come here. Here or Utah, they already saying that. I'm like, dang.
And that's where my rant came from. I'm like, bro, you talking about tanking, but your stars don't even want to go to the league to make it equal. Like if it wasn't for Giannis going to the Bucks, like it's certain players that just had to land in places. Other than that, you're gonna get your LeBrons and KDs going to the big markets, and nobody's gonna watch our teams.
I would get Peterson from Indiana. I don't know. I'll get AJ.
Because it's hard to pick Peterson number one, bro. That's the injuries that thing going on. It's just hard to be honest. That's really you putting money down on this guy. That's an investment.
J-Mo he know.
This man went to Utah prep.
I'm just saying, bro.
He
They know
all
what
up,
they doing.
yeah. The owner all with that.
I'm telling you, Joe, it's
That's a
there.
fact. That's a fact.
But it's like all the pain you always have. I'm feeling like yeah, I got the whole LJA thing, and then I got this thing with Jay and Daniels and everybody else. I'm like, dang, now I see y'all talking about, and now I'm the lottery. I've never been in a situation where I could be possibly the first pick. I never been in a situation like we always been better enough just to win like 30 games. Like we never been like projected to be a top 2 or top 1. We never been the worst team in the league, never.
Hey,
Which is crazy to say. About
imagine if your team had one ping pong ball away from getting Wemby, but the league said, "Pop, we love you."
We had since that play-in, before the play-in, we were always a 9th or 10th seed. Now in the play-in, they said we always been like right outside the play-in until like the beam came.
If it wasn't for refuse to lose, bro, ESPN is mad at tanking because they don't want to talk about our teams, Joe.
Not facts.
It forces them to watch basketball. I remember the one time the Wizards was on TNT and Charles Barkley was like, "Who?"
Bruh.
I'm like, "Bro, we a playoff team. How you don't know about the Wizards, bro?"
I told, bruh, they put my tweet on TNT. I put it John when they was like, I had like a cat scrambling. I was like, the TNT crew searching what the Kings are, and Charles Barkley said, "You're right." He said, "You're right, Joe Jordan."
That's facts.
Charles Barkley, by the way. I'm like,
that's fact. That's why I question Christian Perkins. Like, do you even watch us, bro? You just look at the stats,
bro. And that was a year when we was number 3 seed. We was balling, and we blew out the Nets too. By the way, with KD, blew them out by 30 that game.
I ain't gonna lie, Joe. Y'all was like this. Y'all like the you ever been on the Superman at the Six Flags? Y'all was going up like this. No, I said Intimidator. The Intimidator going real fast. It goes. The Superman going slow. Y'all went up fast. Y'all was like, so y'all like,
light the beam, light the beam.
What's so bad is that like I feel like on this platform, when my team is good, I'm like on another level. Like,
wow.
I be talking trash, I be talking confident, but I never really get those opportunities. Like 1 year, I get the Kings, and then it's like it vanishes. Okay, cool. 1 year I get the Commanders, then it just vanishes. Bruh, I need to become more of a college football fan because tax is good every year. But man,
anyway, consistency. I get you.
Man, that is funny. You had to shade for 1 year.
Team.
All right, hey, let's get out of here, man. Hey,
my whole life, I remember Javon in 1 year, the Steelers, Carolina Tar Heels, Orlando Magic, all was either in the finals or the Super Bowl or the championship game.
Yeah,
in 1 year.
Right, the Steelers won, Tar Heels won, and we lost to the Lakers. The Magic lost to the Lakers in the finals.
And then me.
2009. I'll never forget that year.
My claim to fame is we beat Texas in overtime with Ish Smith. Shout out to Devin for giving that $10. Thank you. And then we get blown out by Kentucky second round by 30. That's my claim to. And 09, I think it was 09, by the way. That was 09. And then the King.
The year when Jeff T cooked us, though, that was a good year for you.
But we lost in the first round of Cleveland State.
My bad.
I mean, but at least you got to watch your team in the championship game.
What game?
The conference championship game.
You talking back when I was 11 years old?
Oh,
no, come on.
Yeah. The Commanders.
Oh, you
you forget all about that?
That even happened.
Sheesh.
Right. Yeah, you're right. All right, just right.
As long as you got JD5, you alive, right?
Yeah, I mean, is he alive?
He got me going through it, man.
As long as he alive, we alive.
Like, oh man.
All right,
literally though.
For real, God dang. My last word, shout out to the whole R2L network, shout out to the whole R2L family. Shout out to CTC Carl for coming on. We needed you for that first topic, especially. Shout out to my brother RBO Vaughn. Like he said, he got an episode coming out tomorrow at 9. He had one 2 days ago, so make sure y'all go check that out. And yeah, man. Shout out to you, Tomo, for being on. Shout out to Dave. But Commanders, man, like we got a new coaching staff. I'm saying the same thing. I'm here. I'm conservative, Tomo. I know you said, Joe, when you're not conservative, your teams do bad. When you are conservative, they do good. So I'm not gonna be overly conservative, but I'm not gonna be overly hyped. 14 wins, 14-3, you know, MVP. I'm not gonna say all that this year. But Sacramento, I like what y'all doing. Tank season. Hashtag tanks. I'm with it. I know the talks, and I'm with the talks. But hey, this is the only time we ever did it. So we're going to do it right. All right. And shout out to the Detroit Pistons for paving the way. And shout out to Tomo for showing us a little thing or two, you know. And that's all I got. That's all I got.
Take it away, Vaughn.
Appreciate y'all for having me on. Shout out to my Magic. We play the Kings at 10 o'clock tonight. Shout out to the Hornets too. They up 2 right now on the Rockets. I'm gonna give you another update. The Pistons are down 6 to the they up 6 to the Knicks. Second quarter by the end. And your Wizards talking about up 8 midway through the third against the Pacers. But shout out to my Magic, man. It's second half. We gotta get to it. Hey, we gotta get to it, dog. Hey, ain't no BS. We right outside the top 6, so we just gotta win a couple games. You know, the Sixers ain't gonna make no noise. And be crying about. I want to say this right quick. And B, you cried so much for that MVP that year, bro. I don't want to hear nothing else. Someone said you wish you would trade your MVP for a healthy playoff run, bro. You should have been thinking about a playoff run first before the MVP. Like, what do you like? That's all I had to say. But shout out to y'all. Shout out to the network. Make sure y'all tune in to RBO tomorrow at 9 p.m. Looking to have a couple guests. So if you're free, holla at your boy.
All right, and shout out to our superstar members. Shout out to Joe, myself, Dave, Taniqua, RBO Vaughn, who's sitting right there, Darnell, Giovanni, Chris, FFC Coach Coombs, Decorius, BWT Teddy, Big O, Dimitri, and Chavo. And that's Tay. Happy birthday, Tay.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Coach, too. Today's Coach's birthday.
Oh, yeah. Happy birthday, Coach.
Happy birthday, Coach. Okay.
I got him put in the chat, but happy birthday to Coach.
Yep, man. Happy birthday to Coach. And my last words is, the Wizards. I said the Wizards defensive coordinator. I'm putting both my teams together. The Cowboys defensive coordinator at a press conference yesterday, and they got the whole world shooken up. And they like, man, we finally got one. I hear what the guy talking about. I like what he's talking about, but I still got to see it with the actions in the off season. So once I see what players we get, then I might talk a little bit more trash. But the one good thing that he did say was the rivalry between the Eagles and Cowboys are real when you living in it. And I said, well, now you're on the blue side. And he was like, yeah, it's nice over here. He didn't say that, but I heard it in his tone. You know, you won a Super Bowl over there, but it's nicer over here. You know, you ain't got to worry about people egging your house because you ain't getting A.J. Brown the ball. Just remember that. That's why I couldn't get an offensive coordinator. I had to say that because A.J. going to talk crazy on our face. I already know it. So make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe to all the shows on the network, hit the notification bell. The numbers is going up. Take it away, Joe.
Hey, Geronimo is coming on, so I had to represent your squad for a second. You know, I had to
I appreciate that.
You know, I'm not a Steelers. You know, I support the Steelers, but I'm not a Steelers fan. I support the family teams, and they all in the AFC. So
I'm the same way. You know, Mark give me a hard time, make it hard for me sometimes, but I try to stay with you, dog. I try to stay.
Hey, where is Mark?
All right, y'all.
Public service announcement, man. Where are you, Mark? Like, just say hi or something, man.
Just put a dot in the chat so we know you good, bro. Just so we know you good.
That's it.
Oh man. All right, y'all. This is all we got for y'all today, and we'll see y'all Monday at the next episode. Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.